everybody. My name is Jonathan, and welcome to Bearly Unboxed. So today I'm going on a little mini toy hunt. There is a new Ross Dress for Less store that I just found out finally opened. I knew it was going to be opening eventually very soon. Let's head out to the Ross and we'll see what we can find. I hope they have some newer toys. I've heard Ross's in some people's areas have a bunch of Barbie Dream Besties, and I'll just see what else they have. I can't wait. So I'm going on a very short little toy hunt today. There's a new Ross store that just opened up near me. One closed that was a little closer to me, and this one basically replaced it. And it just opened recently, so I get to go in and see what they have. So let's go in and take a look. This is a really nice looking store. I'm doing a voiceover though because it was super loud in here and there were just people everywhere, so it was hard to say anything and have it be in the video that you could even hear it. So anyway, they had a bunch of fashionista Barbies, and they were all like $3.99. There's another one right here. And then they also had for $10.99, they only had Malibu Barbie and the Dream Besties. There's a little random stuff. Like I found this and I kind of want it for $3. That's pretty good. But I'm still on the fence with these because I think they're a game and I don't play the game. So they had a lot of Transformers and some Star Wars figures for $4. And I think $4 and $5. Their prices were different. And of course they have pop figures. Who doesn't have pop figures for sale, I swear? Transformers, lots of Transformers. There's Mario from the Mario movie. Reasonable price. They didn't have any of those crazy expensive Super Mario toys, but they had Sonic toys, and these are really cool. I have not seen the show it's based on though, so I was so happy to find this. I was wearing my Rainbow Brite shirt to go shopping right there. And so super excited to find that. And I found this guy, and for $6 I was like, okay, maybe I'll get this. I was not sure if I wanted to wait in line. The line when I got there was clear to the back of the store, and even after shopping it was still clear to the back of the store. So I was kind of hemming and hawing and just looking around at stuff. There's another fashionista. But yeah, so ultimately I did decide to buy a couple things, which I will show you in the car. It's Shadow the Hedgehog. That's pretty awesome for $5. But yeah, they didn't have a lot, but they had some things that I was not expecting to see. Well, that was a very long trip to one store. The store just opened up and it's super busy and the line was clear to the back. I did pick up this Strange Tales Marvel Legends figure. This is Damien Hellstrom, and mainly I bought this because I already have the Storm, and I have the part that comes with the vampire guy, and now I have the part that comes with him because I want to build this Blackheart figure. So not a huge fan of this character because I don't really know who he is, but he is kind of cool looking. He has a very unique face. He kind of just looks like Namor, if you know who that is from Marvel. But the thing I'm really excited for, because I'm wearing a shirt that matches, is this Tickled Pink. And I only have Rainbow Brite from this line, so I'm really happy to have found Tickled Pink. And it has like the little surprises that you can get, and these are like all the things that you can get inside. So I'm really, really happy to have found this, and it was only $8. The other figure was only $6. Normally, like, these are $25, so I'm super excited that I found those. So I think I'll actually unbox those when I get home, so we can take a look at them both. All right, so it was a really quick trip, but in the store, I had to wait in line a while. Luckily, the line went really quickly, but yeah, they were super busy, and because it just opened, it's in an area that doesn't have a lot of shopping, unless you go down the road, and then there's a whole shopping area, which also has a Ross. I don't know why there's Rosses that close to each other, but that's besides the point. I found these two toys. Obviously, you saw the footage of me showing them off in my car, and I thought, let's just open them at the end of the video because the video is really short. Unfortunately, I couldn't do any talking because it was so loud. There were so many people. There was families everywhere shopping. The aisleways were super, super narrow. I'll even put a photo here of how narrow, not all the aisles, just a handful of them. And then it was really hard. You could only have one cart down the aisle at a time, or one person, really. But anyway, I waited in line to get these because they're really good deals. So I think we'll open up this Strange Tales Marvel Legends figure first. I think I called him Damien Hellstorm, and then I was like Hellstrom. It's actually Damon Hellstrom, and he's a half human, half demon. It talks about it right here on the back. He uses his mystical powers and knowledge of occult lore to defend humanity. So he's actually a good guy, even though he does not look very good, But I would love it if that star on his chest glows in the dark. It looks like glow-in-the-dark paint to me. So I can't wait to find that out. We're going to get him out of here. This is the packaging. I kind of showed it off already. I love this artwork. Although I will say, because of the coloring, he kind of just looks like Human Torch a bit. But yeah, these were the other figures. And like I said, I have a couple... I have them right here. I have a couple of the Build-A-Figure parts already for the Blackheart figure, because this is the Build-A-Figure Blackheart line. This figure on the end here, and you can read all their names, Weapons of Vengeance. I don't need that one to build the figure, but I do need Brother Voodoo still. I need Marvel's Lilith. And I need Moon Knight. I really actually want that Moon Knight because I do not have a Moon Knight in my collection. Lilith is also really cool. The part from Marvel's Dracula, a friend sent me, and that would be this arm. And then this body part came with Bloodstorm. So, yeah. So this is like such a cool body part. This is kind of getting this is what made me think, okay, I kind of want to build this guy. He's going to be really cool. All right, so let's get this open. It does have tape on it. So this is like the new packaging for Marvel Legends. They had windowless packaging for a while, and that was a big disaster because people would steal the figure and return it with something else inside entirely. Huge problem. That was actually happening during the time I was working for Hasbro, and I found a few like that while working. It was really upsetting. So I'm glad they went back to the window. Here's the barcode if you are looking for this one. And then let's get him out of here. The packaging on these is super simple. It's just a box now. It used to be a little more bulky. But yeah, these come out really quickly. I don't even need to cut away to get them out of the packaging. I do love this background. I've actually used this to take photos of other things because I have one from opening up Bloodstorm, and I think it's such a cool backdrop. Okay, and there's a little paper that just has some legal stuff in it. Now I am going to cut away to get him out of here because this is going to be loud. All right, here is Damon Hellstrom right out of his packaging, and he does remind me a lot of Namor from Marvel Comics as well. He's a mutant that he basically is like Aquaman from DC. He's basically Marvel's version of Aquaman, but he's a mutant. He also has pointy ears, just like this guy. This guy's face is actually really, really well done. I love the paint job and the way they did the eyes. They almost look like they're glowing because they're made with, I think they're made with like a shiny iridescent paint. And then he has this belt, and he has these armbands. He actually has the updated articulation that has like this like ab, or not ab crunch, but this like shoulder, I don't know what you'd call this, but you can get some really dynamic poses doing that. A lot of the newer Spider-Man figures have this updated shoulder articulation, but he does have just the normal shoulder articulation that goes up and down and around. He has the bicep, he has the double jointed elbow, the wrists, and he does have alternate fist hands because right now he has two gripping hands, and I'll probably display him with one fist hand and one like gripping hand so he can hold on to his weapon, which I'll show in a second. He does have the waist articulation, and that's kind of like the belt kind of hides that, which is kind of nice. He has the ab crunch, which can go backwards a little bit and forwards. It has a nice ratchety click to it. And then he has the thigh articulation here, the hip articulation that can go up and down and out. He has the double jointed knees, and he has the calf articulation. For some reason I always forget that word. And then he has the foot articulation that can go up and down, and then it can also spin. So, I mean, he has a lot of range of motion, and I really appreciate that about Marvel figures. And then here is his pitchfork, which I think is really cool. I love the way that looks. And then you can obviously put it in his hand like this. I think that looks great. Very cool. His head, I don't think I mentioned his head articulation, can go up and down quite a bit, and then it can turn. So, I mean, you could make him look like he's flying. Like, he has that good of articulation. He kind of even looks more like Namor. He looks like he's swimming. Now, this star, like I said, this star on his chest, it looks like it glows in the dark. And if it doesn't, then that's a missed opportunity. So let's find out. I'm going to go under my desk where it's dark. Yeah, it does not seem to glow in the dark, which is such a bummer. Like, how hard would that have been to use glow-in-the-dark paint? It even looks like glow-in-the-dark paint. So, he does have a hole in his back, and that's because this torso is used for many different types of Marvel figures, and so they give you a lot of pieces used throughout different figure lines. And some of the figures have like a item that clips into their back. Alright, so I gave him the fist on that hand. So there's that. And then he can stand pretty well because he has so much articulation that it's almost impossible to not find a position that he can't stand up in. All right, so there's that. And then here is let's put this up here. That looks pretty cool. This is the leg that he came with for the Blackheart figure. I love these claw feet. Look at that. That is really cool. And that actually goes up and down and spins. And then it has the double jointed knee. And then when you attach it to the body, which we're about to do, it'll have the upper thigh spinning. Is that the right leg? Or is it this leg? I think it's this leg. I almost put it on the wrong the wrong side. But yeah, so that is his right leg. Very cool. So that just gives him that spin, and then, you know, his leg can go up and down. He has a tail that bends, which is really cool. And it doesn't feel very heavy either, which is nice. And then I also have that arm. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on as well. And then we have about a half of a figure now. So all we need is another leg, an arm, and a head. And then we would have the whole thing. So it's only 3 parts. Or is there something else? I feel like there's another part we're missing. There's 6 parts. So that's 3. And I only need Moon Knight, Lilith, and Brother Voodoo to finish this figure. So I'm on the lookout at Ross stores to get those other 3 figures, especially for $6 each. You cannot beat that. All right, so let's open up this Rainbow Brite doll. I almost said bite. Rainbow Bite. All right, we'll keep him here. That's cool. All right, so this is Tickled Pink, and I was ecstatic to find her while wearing the shirt. In fact, the cashier, she was checking me out, and right when she rang this up, she sat it down and she's like, "Oh, and you're even wearing the shirt." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could not pass it up. I have to buy it. I'm wearing the shirt." And we both laughed. But I am going to take off this price tag so that we can get a better look at what she looks like in the box. I like that they put the price tag for this action figure on the top, but I also kind of like it being on the plastic, which they could have put it up here. Because if you are an inbox collector and you buy things from Ross, it's probably easier to get a price tag off plastic than it is cardboard. And then their price tags always come apart in like multiple pieces, which allows them to prevent people from swapping price tags, because the price tags there are what people use at the register to ring things up for you. They don't use this barcode. All right, so anyway, here is Tickled Pink. She's super cute. So I only have one of these dolls currently. I only have Rainbow Brite. I would love to get Stormy, especially Patio Green, and especially Indigo, because I love Indigo is one of my favorite shades of like purple, basically, and then Stormy's obviously a nice purple, and then there's what is her name, Lala Orange, that you can get. They haven't made any of the boys yet, and I want to see Red Butler and Buddy Blue, definitely, because then that would complete the rainbow, right? So we'd have red, orange. Oh no, there's no canary yellow yet either. So maybe the next wave of these, and maybe they already announced that, because we are in the season of cons and, you know, Comic Cons and toy conventions and things. So it could be they already announced those and I just haven't seen it yet. I've seen a lot of announcements for other toys though. And this is the barcode. And then here's the side. It has a artwork of Tickled Pink on that side, and then it has Rainbow Brite on that side. And look at that. That looks like the same artwork as my shirt. That's awesome. All right, so the way this works is you punch these out. So we're going to punch these out, I think, before we even take her out of the box, because there's 4 surprises. And it says what's inside, and there's all these items that you could get, but you only get 4 of them. So there's like a different pair of shoes, a headband, a lunchbox, a comb, I Actually, I think this is, okay, this is artwork of all the things you can get. And there's a rare item. So we'll probably get the headband, the shoes, the comb, or the lunchbox, I think. But I think there's a rare item that you can get. I don't know what it is, though. All right, so let's see if we can't open these. Kind of ruins the box, so if you wanted to keep the box intact, you could get everything out by opening up the inside. Okay, so we got her little brush, or comb, sorry. It's a comb, not a brush. There's a difference. I've seen some people complain about that, and I'm kind of one of them. This is a very small toothed comb, though. Like, I almost would be afraid to use that on the doll. I would probably rather use a Barbie style brush, or a rainbow high comb would be a better way to brush their hair. I feel like this is just going to tangle it. If it's already tangled, then that's not going to work. These are very hard to punch out. I don't know why they do this. It kind of, like, I think the best way to open this would just be to pull it out from the inside. All right. Oh, cool. We got a headband. Let's open this up. This is a cool headband. This would actually probably work for other dolls too, not just Rainbow High or Rainbow Brite dolls. This would be great on a Barbie or even like a Monster High doll or something to those effect. Yeah, it's really cute. That might even fit, because it's really rubbery, it might even fit on a junior high Rainbow High doll. I don't know. Alright. So number 3. This box is wrecked. Oh, this is cute. And it's not one of the things that it shows in the back. I think this might be the rare item. Okay. If you know out there, if this is the rare item, let me know. It's a butterfly bag. It's only printed on the one side, and it's one solid piece of plastic. It doesn't open up or anything. That's pretty cool. Yeah, oh, okay, I see. She's holding it right here. So maybe it isn't rare. I don't know. They don't have a little illustration of it like they do everything else. But oh, awesome! We got the blue. It's a blue lunchbox. I think I got the red one with Rainbow High. Wow, what am I doing here? Rainbow Brite. I got this red lunchbox, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think I do. And I think it looks exactly the same, but it's just red. And this does open, I think. Yeah. So this does open. So you can actually put something inside it, although nothing she came with could even fit in there. Okay, so you can take the doll out first and then just close this back up. And then you can open all the blind stuff. So we did it a little backwards, probably, but that's okay. I think it's nice to get this out of the way, and then we can really concentrate on the doll. Here she is, right out of there without the window, and she does come with stickers. I'm really excited because I have a sticker book now. Oh, this is a weird, that's not even around her legs. There is a plastic fastener here, and it's not even around her legs. Her legs are not secured. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Is that it? Oh no, she's being held in by some more. There we go. And there are no fasteners plugged into her head. Like most dolls these days have fasteners always holding their head in. It's just kind of something we've gotten used to, but this one does not have that. Let me clean up my area. And before we look at the doll, here are the stickers. I think these might be the same stickers that came with Rainbow Brite, so that's a little disappointing. I would have loved to have seen Tickled Pink themed stickers, or even just different stickers of the same characters that are on there. So the one thing about these dolls is I feel like their clothing does not fit their body very well. It kind of hides her hands. Her hair feels fairly nice. I think it might be nylon of some sort. It definitely does not seem to be polypropylene, but I could be wrong. But look at how cute her face is. She has a really, really cute face up. And I like this detail here. That is embroidered. There's a little pink star. This is all one piece that just velcros in the back right here, and then she has the boots. So this one didn't come with the extra shoes. My Rainbow Brite doll did, and I don't use them because she has her own shoes, so it just seems kind of weird. Now the articulation on these dolls, I'm having a hard time getting her arm to move, so I don't know what that's about. I know it bends, it just doesn't want to. Okay, so her head is on a tilt and can turn. It's very stiff. You can kind of hear that. Her shoulders go up and down. They have like a, like a little, not a ball joint, but a little kind of ratchet joint sort of kind of thing, if that makes sense. Her hands do turn. They're on like a ball joint, but they don't go up and down this way. They go up and down like this way. And that's both of them. Her hands are slightly different. Her fingers are more curled in on this hand, so that's kind of cute. And that one goes up a different way. So this one, that's interesting. This one goes up and down this way, and this one goes up and down like she's waving. And then she does have painted on underwear and like a top that's just pink. I think the body's just pink underneath. The knees are a totally different color plastic, which is kind of weird. And you can see she has like these kind of ball joint legs, so she can sit pretty well, actually. She can sit 90 degrees. And then she does have double jointed knees, which almost seems kind of ridiculous for a doll this size, and not unfortunately, but like oddly enough, I feel like that is not necessary, because these dolls can only pose a certain way. I really don't like these sleeves. They're too long. They're also not finished, really. So you could probably actually trim those and it would be okay. I don't know. I'm afraid to do that. Now she does have, I have to pull this up to show. She does have an elbow joint. So that, I cannot get it to move either way. I think it's because it only goes this much. That is really kind of weird. Like, what is the point of that? So, I don't know. I think these dolls are cute and all, but I feel like the articulation is a little bizarre and a little lacking. She does have an upper torso joint, though, so you can spin her waist. So that's not too bad. But I hate that she can't bend her elbow to even closely at all touch her face. So it's just kind of like, that's it. She does have these really cute bows in her pigtails, and they have they're little yellow bows with a pink star sewn into them, and they're on an elastic, so they're not actually tied on. I feel like getting some yellow ribbon and actually just tying the yellow ribbon around her hair would look so much better. I'm actually curious about what her body looks like underneath. Okay. So this is what she looks like without her outfit on, and she still looks like she's wearing like a little tank top and underwear that matches, basically. And there's her waist, like I was talking about. Her shoulders are weird. Okay. I think they were on, one of them was on upside down, because now her arms look like they're a little more natural. Yeah. I don't understand these joints, though. They're such a different color. Like the knee joints, the shoulder joints, the wrist joint is also that different shade. It's kind of weird. But I don't know what it is with this elbow. But this is as much as her elbow will bend. That's it. So that's why I felt like I couldn't get her elbow to move, because it just wasn't moving very much, and it's hard to see that with these long sleeves on, which I really want to cut. I really want to cut these, but I'm afraid to as well. So I'm just going to leave it as is for my collection at the moment, and maybe someday I'll alter that. But yeah, she's cute. For, what was it, $6.99? Or was it $7.99? I can't remember now. That's not too bad for a doll like this. It's more of an action figure with hair. Yeah, this is super cute. Here you can give her her bag. If she can put it over her arm, like that. And it stays because of the sleeve more than anything. And then she can hold her lunchbox as well, because she does have this like grippy hand. So she can hold the lunchbox. I like that the lunchbox and the purse are matching blue. So there's that. And then you can try to comb her hair, which actually doesn't work too bad because her hair isn't really tangled at the moment. There's no hair gel in the hair either. I forgot to mention that. So the comb actually works. Now let's get rid of these. Let's try this headband on her. So the headband is a little awkward. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't look too bad. I might actually leave that on her. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it'll just pop right off. So, yeah, it's because it's at a weird angle, I think. It just doesn't stay on very well. The rubber, you could try to put that in some hot water, like some very hot, maybe like boiling water on rubber will usually reset it to its proper molded shape. So that could be what I need to do with that. But there she is. For now, she's very cute. I really do like her with the headband. Kind of matches the yellow bows. All right, so there you have it. We looked at a couple toys after going toy hunting, and I think that is so much fun to go toy hunting and then immediately come home and open them up and unbox them. So you'll have to let me know. Do you like that format, or do you like more that, like, if I had other Rainbow Brite toys, to unbox them all in one video? That would, like I have themed videos a lot too. Or like Marvel Legends, if you're into those, would you like to see a big Marvel Legends video, or just one here and there, or one here and there of dolls, or just a big like extravaganza unboxing? Let me know that. I'm curious what you want to see. When I look at my analytics, a lot of times the big videos are like big toy hauls, surprise toys, like a bunch of them, or going thrifting and toy hunting. Those seem to be popular. Let me know what you like. So, well, that was a lot of fun today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'll definitely do more of these toy hunt videos. Again, I love doing them. And yeah, I have a bunch more Marvel Legends figures to unbox, so I'll probably do another couple videos for those down the line if that's what you're into. Especially if I get the other 3 figures for this. I will definitely do a big video where we put together the final figure. So, all right, well, I would love to hear your comments, so type something down below, even if it's just to say hi. Also, I have other links down below that you can click on for my membership, which is early access to most of my videos. Sometimes I'll put up a surprise video that just goes right up for everyone, but most of the time you'll get early access. It's just another way to support the channel. There's also my eBay where I sell toys that I don't keep in my collection. There's also my Instagram. Go follow me on there. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications. And use the subscription tab to see all the new videos that I put up. That helps you keep track of everything. I use it all the time for people that I subscribe to. That way I can kind of watch the videos in order, just in case it matters. But anyway, yes, share the video with anyone you think would like to see this. Take care out there. Love you guys. Bye.